If you are new to Zenless Zone Zero, I want to remind you, you can get a free limited S rank character named Harumasa. All you have to do is reach level 8 in the game. He will no longer be free by March 11th, 2025. So please, don't miss out on a free S rank character. The clock is ticking. But now, on to the video. Deadly Assault is another new endgame mode that was added in Zenless in version 1.4. In this mode, there are 3 different stages with 3 different buffs to choose from. You have to fight a super strong boss, but you only have 3 minutes to score as many points as possible. 20,000 points will net you 3 stars, and anything beyond that is just for fun or a challenge for yourself. There's also a bonus task that varies at each stage that nets you even more points. The main objective is just to do as much damage to this boss as possible in 3 minutes. Now, I've seen a lot of people say Deadly Assault is way too hard. If you don't have X character, it's impossible. It's pretty much a Miyabi check. Miyabi or bust. And to be fair, the game is fairly new. It's only been out for 6 months. And as far as our roster goes, we only have 10 A ranks versus 17 S ranks. So you could make the argument that it does feel a bit early for a team restricting mode. But Deadly Assault is not an event or a mandatory thing. It's an end game mode. If you haven't reached Internet level, let's say 52 or 53 or higher, or you don't even have 2 strong teams yet, you're probably not going to have a fun time with any endgame mode, period. One very, very, very important thing that I cannot stress enough about Deadly Assault is if you want the 300 polychromes from it, you only need 3 stars for 2 out of the 3 stages. So if you play 2 stages and you get at least 20,000 points, you get all the polychromes for that Deadly Assault reset. If you actually do clear the 3rd stage, you just get merits and Denny's. That's it. You don't need to clear all 3 stages with 3 stars to get all the polychromes. And I didn't even think about this. You could just get 2 stars on each stage. If you get 2 on the Butcher, you get 2 on the Giant Robot, and 2 on the Overlord. I mean, that's it. That's 6. And on top of that, you can deliberately pick a stage that favors the teams that you have confidence in. And once again, this is the last version to pick up Harumasa for free. So if you need an extra character, you can always build him. Ambi, Nicole, Harumasa, it's a whole free team right there. Deadly Assault is not entirely based on your damage. As I mentioned earlier, you can get what's called performance points. You can get those by doing whatever the task is for that stage. For example, in this current version, every perfect dodge you do against the Dead End Butcher gets you 200 points up to a max of 5,000. Every anomaly attribute proc against is 150 points up to 5,000. And every time you get a impairment on the Giant Robot, it's 800 points up to 5,000. So ideally, you want to deal as much damage while getting those extra points in the process. And if you're a Giga Chad, you can get over 20,000 points without even getting the performance points at all. But realistically, you want to get them, because I know I sure as hell need them. Now, I'd be lying to your face if I didn't say Deadly Assault is progressively getting harder as each one resets. And I know it really does bother people with the whole character check kind of thing, and I understand that. A lot of people actually miss the ambush node that we had at one point, but it's pretty much taken on a brand new identity as the Battle Tower mode now. While Deadly Assault is just the classic do X amount of damage in a certain amount of time. But for those of you who are more equipped for Deadly Assault, let me talk to you guys for a second. How has it been for you lately? Astra has been lifting characters up so well, and I love to see that. Omega Evolution did a freaking 40k clear with Anton. I've seen mini clears with Piper and DPS Lighter. I even seen you guys take on fire resistant enemies with Soldier 11, which is pretty impressive in itself. Heck, I even seen some solo Sakaku clears, but that was the last one to be fair. Flaminsky, the Billy God clears. I've seen and done mono ether clears as well. You guys are nuts with the clears you guys have shown me. It's been fun for me, but it's been pretty close on clears, which is nice, because I actually do like a challenge. I used Miyabi, Yanagi, Sakaku for the Butcher, which went pretty well. For the next one, I actually tried the classic GUN team GUN, Xingyi, and Nicole. I got really close, but it just wasn't enough. And I'm sure I could do it, but I kind of just gave up trying. But eventually I tried Mono Ether instead. Yes, Mono Ether with Astra instead of Xingyi. That did the trick, and by a lot too. Like, I was genuinely shocked. Or should I say, corrupted. It was actually pretty good. It just felt weird to play GUN without a stunner, but it doesn't matter when it actually works really well. I actually struggled mostly on the last one. This guy goes freaking invulnerable towards the last 10 seconds of the fight. I ended with like 1900 points every single time. I switched Burnice to 4 Peach Feed and Blues. I kept changing disk drives. I even tried Piper and Jane on the same team to see if that worked. But after like 20 attempts or so, Jane Doe, Burnice, and Caesar did the trick at the last second. I actually ended up switching Caesar to the Fossil W engine, which ended up doing it. But man, it was like barely enough. But it was definitely fun because I'm very stubborn. Now my account is very mediocre in terms of disk drive quality. And not to mention, the only limited W engine that I actually have is just Miyabi's. I don't ever pull W engines really, so everybody besides Miyabi just has an A rank one. I do have some standard W engines though, like 2 Fusion compilers and 2 Brimstones, but that's about it for those. If you've been watching my videos and streams, you guys all hate me because you know I haven't lost a 50-50 since GUN in 1.0. So horizontally, I'm covered, just not vertically in any way, shape, or form. But obviously, that does work out in a game mode like Deadly Assault. Don't worry though, the other games I play is where my luck sucks. But too long didn't watch, you'll know if you're ready for Deadly Assault. Don't stress too much about it. You can always wait for a character or a team that you actually like, then do it later. If you're stubborn like me, try different disk drives, try different team combinations. Maybe just use 2 strong characters so you can save your other characters for a different stage. Remember to abuse the performance points if you have to. Remember, just because the enemy has a elemental weakness doesn't mean you have to use that element against it. You can use one that's neutral towards it. There will be Deadly Assaults that apply more to your account than others, and you can always just switch a team to one that's more favorable. Build your Harumasa up if you need to. Maybe consider pulling Asriel because she just kind of brings up anybody and everybody right now. She just kind of makes anybody shine, no matter what state they're in. But personally, I'm loving this mode, and I hope you can grow to like it too if you don't like it right now. Good luck on your polls, good luck in general, but that'll be all for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one.